So basically, it happened. Hello, everyone. It's Philipp Druzhinin. We keep discussing recent events, Trump's assassination, and what happened after, and and trying to understand if we can find any logic in that, or prove that it all was scripted priorly and was a part of such plan.
What is this?
We are the people who make sure things happen according to plan. We monitor the entire world.
Okay, planned by the parasitic controllers, which keep their hand on both sides, always trying to manipulate, make it unpredictable. Because if you make it all predictable, sometimes it's too boring to watch. So they need to entertain us, to keep us consuming, to keep us purchasing. They don't care about the result, they don't care about values, families, our needs. But anyway, today we just have to talk about things that start with the guys who were actually talking about Biden leaving the race. First one is Vivek Ramaswamy. I had a video on him also in the series 3344, where I totally prove he is a part of the club. And so this video is about him in Sky News Australia talking about that he's gonna have a spot in Trump's cabinet, and they start with the list of his so-called words about Joe Biden and the period he was saying it.
What's happened today? Early as April 2023, he was on the record saying Joe Biden will not be the Democrat nominee for.
So basically, we're just gonna have to wait until he showed him saying it. But anyway, and see if you are not lying to us.
President.
There's a myth that President Biden's running for president. I think they just.
So basically, starting with April 27 and May 5th, not even saying anything about Biden leaving. Listen closely.
Nominee for president.
There's a myth that President Biden's running for president. I think they just put a brain-dead, hollowed-out husk of a human being in the White House because that's more convenient for them. The risk is a thinking person could change their mind. They don't want somebody who could change their mind. They want Joe Biden.
Mark my words, Joe Biden will not be the nominee for the Democratic Party.
So the first time he actually says that Joe Biden is not going to be the nominee is November 21st, not April. And look at this video. This video was recorded July 11, not May, 2023. It was a chat with Russian Vids and me. Here you can hear what we were saying.
This is the future for those that still remain. This is how you're gonna live.
Yeah, the whole Ukraine thing with gold and blue flag and all this situation with all this information with Biden's and so on. So I stumbled upon this idea that it's all a black spot, because a black spot is in piracy when you receive this certain thing. Let me show it.
Yeah.
Little clip here. When you receive this, I'm sorry, not this one. This one. That's a Russian cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this guy comes to this pirate treasure island. It has subtitles.
Yeah, I see it.
Я не вижу тебя, но слышу, как дрожат твои пальцы. Протяни свою правую руку и поднеси к моей руке. Дело сделано.
So I basically think Biden received this black spot and started to show in the public because, he started to do something. because that's his last chance to, whatever, hang on to next elections. I think they're just trying to blame everything on him and get rid of him and replace him with some new guy like Robert Kennedy or Gavin Newsom or whatever, just a
It might
whole
be. I
bunch
think
of
it might be Trump.
people.
I think they're gonna bring Trump back in. But one thing I want to talk about this cartoon, there's symbolism there too, with the blind in the right eye, because the Antichrist will be blind in the right eye, like mentioned in the Bible. So if you
You
go
mean
back a little bit,
the pirate here? Yeah, the
yeah,
pirate here.
and also too, pirate is 33 numerology as well. Pirate is
Yes,
33.
yes, yes. And the black spot also
Yeah,
is 33. So this whole pirate tradition, and also black spot is significant because it has like 27 and 33, which is 9 and 3 times 3, and 3 multiplied by 3. So it's like all the way around, I would say,
yeah.
merry-go-round thing.
This
And so basically, we were talking about this election cycle a year ago, this scripted thing, and I was, mentioning all these cases with Biden that suddenly appeared uh, in the media, like the polls showing that only 33% really trust Biden, think that he's gonna win. He is going into the right direction and so on. And so we had a chat here, as you can see. RV thinks that they were supposed to bring Trump as a new president here, and we can see that his words are still on track. And I was saying that Biden is gonna be kicked out of the race, and definitely that's the case.
We know he's not even the president of the United States. He's a puppet for the managerial class. Step up and be honest about who you're actually going to put up so we can have an honest debate. Biden should step aside so we can see whether it's Newsom or Michelle Obama or whoever else.
Right,
just tell us the truth so we can have an honest debate.
That period of time that this video was filmed, I didn't know that Kennedy is gonna be kicked out of Democratic Party nominees by the DNC. He was still a part of DNC, so but they start to cheat him and kick him out because of Biden, and so that was the probably the reaction that people were thinking that maybe Newsom, and I was thinking the same, maybe Newsom or somebody else can replace Biden in this race. But here you can hear also Vivek Ramaswamy telling that Michael Obama can be possibly a candidate. So I was thinking this way too, by the way, and I was putting in the comments on certain channels saying that Michael Obama is going to be the next president. But we just have to keep and wait to find out if that is gonna be the case. Okay, so the next video, we go to this guy. Just stumbled upon him as Google recommended me this video about Candace Owen and Trump assassination attempt. And so, first of all, I checked his name. First, I checked the guy's name. It's Chris Highland. So Chris, let's see, Chris. Take it away here. Chris Highland. Highland. And as you can see, it's a pure 33 here, and so also supposed to have something else here, and he has a brand name Courageous Media, which is very suspicious because he has a hashtag media manipulation going just in this next line. So MM is is a Masonic, one of the favorite Masonic letters, a C and the M. As you can see, it's an 8. 8 is a double 3 stuck together, I would say. So anyway, Media, Courageous Media. So I just copy from here. Courageous Me. Let's just see what's courageous. And courageous is 44. So it's right on our right on our spot of this video. So let's go and take a look what he is talking about, because Candace Owens is always was is also 44, and so he is using this C type of thing between the before Candace Owens is mentioned in the title. So that's very suspicious guy. But anyway, let's just talk about this part where he is presenting the video with the guy who was actually describing the shooting and the reaction of Candace Owens.
When we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
Yeah.
So basically, he said 5 shots. And what's important here is the exact time he is doing the interview, 1911 here, and it's Stick City. BBC itself is very suspicious. Stick City 38, as you know, 33 is 38 and 66. And the another important thing here is having this Chris Holland here, 3344 here combination, and also we have a logo of Courageous Media. Courageous itself is 44, and we have a Lion Jesus. Let's see, Lion Christ logo 77, as you can see, and Lion Christ is 55. Lion Jesus Christ 66. And if we have this logo here, 88. So it means we have 66, 77, and 88 combination here with this Courageous Media. So if you think it's all these reaction to reaction videos are nothing, as you can see, 1.566 thousand views. That's enough. It's quite enough for July 19th video for 3 days.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
I mean, there's no way if you would be in the club that you would get this type of views on such topic. Reviewing the video of other person, okay? So let's go next what they say.
He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Gotta be kidding me.
Of course, Candace. Even she knows that it's all a scripted event. That's why it's actually people like this showing this video. But you won't see the clear position here. You will see just a merry-go-round like discussion and never-ending story. Okay, so basically, let's see. We have to take a look at this case.
That we all need to stand in solidarity and support of this family that tragically lost their husband, dad.
So as you can see, farewell, not firewell. I wanted to say farewell. Farewell, as we know, farewell, because we already covered this thing, is a 33 issue, and so this is the story of Corey Comparatori, the guy that was supposedly killed. 66 CC name, very suspicious, and he was as I always say, a fire. So he was he was also a fire police chief or fireman chief. As you know, I had a lot of information about bomberos and their relation to the reset, the Ray Bradbury book about firemen and so on. So basically, calling them fireman, not firefighter, is initially wrong because they fight fires, and so sometimes they call firefighters the FF combination, which is 66 also, and sometimes they call firemen, but on a general level. Why is they called firemen? Because they're not putting down fires for sure. The guys who start the fire will be called the firemen. But anyway, currently it's all mixed up, and so let's go to the guys who said the news.
Is saying goodbye to a fallen American hero this afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Barry Pintar. Good to be with you. Today is a very busy breaking news day.
Today is a very busy breaking news day. So what is he saying actually? Today is a very busy breaking news day. So cutting off today and day, we have to check for the message. Very busy breaking news day. As you can see, something doesn't add up, but if we do it like this, very busy first, we get a 38, which is a hidden form of 33, and we have a breaking news day. So I forgot that we were supposed to cut off day too, because he's describing the day, so we don't have to add the day to the line. We just have to see if breaking news. So very busy is a 38. Breaking news. Here we go. That's the message. Very busy breaking news. So not only this is a 38, but this together is another form of 33, a 66. So the encoding here is very obvious. If you don't see it, well, I'm sorry for you. Let's go for the further message here.
And we do begin with 50-year-old former Buffalo Township Fire Chief Corey Comparator. He lost his life on Saturday, shielding his family from a bullet aimed at former President Donald Trump during a rally in Butler. Today, a procession and funeral are being held honoring his life. KDKA's Shelley Bortz is live in Butler County, where thousands are expected to say goodbye. Shelley.
So let's see if her name is here. KDKA TV, Shelley Bortz, as you can see. Let's check the name. KDK TVs. We should delete this. KDK TV is where she works. Shelley Bortz is her name. Okay. Why is that? Because she's definitely not a high-ranked person, because she's out in the field. So she doesn't have as much rank, as good rank as the guy sitting in the studio. And so we see another 66 here. Okay. Let's go further.
Shelley.
Good afternoon, Barry. Now, a private funeral service is ongoing down the road here from where we're set up at Cabot United Methodist Church, where Corey Comparator was a longtime member. Now, let me give you a look at what's going on here right now. Nearly 50 fire trucks are.
Again, nearly 50 fire trucks. She doesn't say firefighter trucks. She says, like we used to say in general level, as we used to do, as we are taught by our parents, and so fire trucks. She's saying fire trucks. Like, these trucks are not putting down fires. They're not fighting fires. They're setting up fires. So this is the ancient information that is plugged into our brain by our ancestors, who knew that these guys are not putting down fires, that these guys are setting up fires. Okay.
In place here in the parking lot of the Windfield Municipal Building.
And again, 50 fire trucks. Let's check it. 50 fire trucks. What is hidden here? Because FF combination is definitely what they use. As you can see, nothing. Let's go with the number 50 fire trucks. Also nothing. But let's check like this. 50 fire trucks. And we have a combination here of 77. So definitely when you have a FF, two words, you're supposed to check them in different way. Okay, let's go next.
Waiting for the service to end so they can lead Comparator to his final resting place.
Again, final resting place. Final resting place. Like, final is definitely nothing. Resting. Another hidden form of 33. So final resting place, meaning if he actually is put there to rest. That's the if something is scripted, you're supposed to take out the person and put him to rest, actually.
Now, the past several days have been filled with emotions as family members, friends, and even complete strangers, some traveling from out of town, all gathered to celebrate the life of Corey Comparator.
Look how many people, actually. Very, very lot of people.
Now, prior to the service going on right now, there was a small procession to the church where community members lined the streets and watched as the American hero passed by. The service will be bookended by a procession of dozens of fire trucks, those fire trucks you just saw from departments across Western PA, a tribute to Corey, who served for decades at the Buffalo Township Volunteer Fire Company in nearby Sarver. And that is where this afternoon's procession will end. Now, earlier this morning, we spoke with mourners who talked about what Corey meant to his family and this community.
Yeah, you always think it's going to be somewhere else, but never at your house.
Check out the name. Trump assassination attempt here, as you can see. Anthony Donatelli came out to pay respect, so they don't even sign who he is. Actually, he just came out to pay respect, and they say mourners. So let's check his name. If they show it to us, we might as well check it. Anthony, because his name is suspicious. That guy is Comparatore, right? And this guy is Donatelli. So both are Italians, and Italians, very big uh, group on the East Coast. So basically, not only on the East Coast, in Chicago and cities like New York and so on. So basically, if he came out to pay respect, he's supposed to be knowing that guy for sure. But who he is, he doesn't have any signature here. Who he is, came out to pay respects. Okay, so Antonio Donatelli. Let's check him. Donatelli. Maybe I'm spelling it right. Anthony Donatelli. Anthony Donatelli. Let's check Donatelli. And Donatelli, the turtle from Ninja Turtles. As you can see, his last name is both 33 and 38, the hidden form of 33. That's a jackpot for Anthony Donatelli here. And I don't know if we should continue watching this. Let's just check the end of this clip.
It's very difficult. Just keep praying it doesn't happen again.
So that's the message. Keep praying that it doesn't happen again. And we have finished with this keep back. As you can see at 33 here, hidden form of 33. So definitely this guy was involved in some secret societies, and that guy is definitely was probably his friend from such organization, or maybe he's, well, we'll never know. We'll never know. But it's very suspicious that everything is marked with 33s, and I don't know actually. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments, because the comments not only helps us to promote the video, it helps the other people to watch it. Okay, so all these videos have enough views to say they're significant, of course, but anyway, let's go to this video called Deep State Mafia is Running Both Political Parties. Journalist Whitney Webb reveals redacted. As we know, redacted is a
Peter Thiel and the Deep State Mafia that actually runs our government.
So basically, Redacted is a 33 channel, and they try to pretend that they are alternative in some way, alternative media, although both Clayton Morris, let's see, Clayton Morris, at 38, hidden form of 33, and Natalie Morris is another 39, hidden form of 33, and also last name, as we know, is 38. So also double signature here. So both of them are the part of the club, and that's why they can actually get big views and have their channel growing good enough, and so on. So they're talking about Deep State. Let's just check Deep State. What do we have on Deep State? Also 39, which is a hidden form of 33. So it's not simple that they're allowed to talk about things like this about this guy who is open homosexual here. And so they asked this Whitney Webb, author, researcher, journalist, unlimitedhangout.com. Sometimes you don't have the full name engaged in marking the spot, marking that you are part of the club. Sometimes you have actually a partial, but then you're supposed to have at least two of them in a signature. As you can see, unlimitedhangout.com, we have Whitney Webb, author, research, journalist. So let's check. We know journalist is 33, so, and let's check Unlimited Hangout. Maybe it has also limited unlimited. Also, we have a 3344 combination for unlimited, so that's a perfect fit in our narrative, meaning we have a
essentially like in free fall.
We have a combination here. So this lady is actually talking about some different information, which we call information on that could be blackmailing. Actually, for example, JD Vance, because he is a guy of this Peter Thiel. Remember the guy with the bricks on his jacket who was seen first at RNC in one of the first rows, and before that it was seen at the assassination attempt. So basically, what this lady is promoting, she promotes information that could be blackmailing all these people, kind of revealing the truth about their true side, that they're all related to the deep state, and so on. And you know what? She has another video with
airline maintenance to China.
With Jimmy Dorshaw, another guy who has Open 33 logo here, gold, blue, and so on. So basically, we have him reading some also interesting information about from that site, Unlimited Hangout, as you can see. He's reading that side, and he also invited her to interview. But this particular video is way more professional than the redacted one, so I don't want to show you what they were talking at redacted, because it's basically the same thing. But Jimmy Dore was more intense in asking questions and playing independent here with Whitney Webb. And so let's just hear a couple of interesting clips.
Who is poised to have unprecedented influence in the new Trump administration, should deeply unsettle every American who cares about freedom, privacy.
Talking about Peter Thiel.
And reigning in the surveillance state. Now, I read this article, and I'm just going to read you a little bit of it. It is a pretty jarring article, to say the least. And it certainly damped down my enthusiasm for the JD. After the recent revelation that Donald Trump has selected JD Vance as his vice president, public attention not only turned toward Vance, but also to billionaire Peter Thiel. Vance has been one of the several prominent Thiel proteges whose profile has risen in recent years, with other proteges of the PayPal co-founder, including OpenAI's Sam Altman and Andrew Palmer's Lucky.
So basically, IT companies.
Recent reports have also noted that Thiel first recruited Vance into his circle while Vance was still a student at Yale Law School. Shortly thereafter, Vance joined Thiel's investment firm Mithril Capital, where he worked for 2 years before joining Revolution Ventures. Vance played a major role in Revolution's Rise of the Rest seed fund, whose major investors included Amazon's Jeff Bezos and the Walton family of Walmart, who boast longstanding deep ties to the Clinton family. Vance later launched his own venture capital firm, Narya Capital, in 2020, which was heavily funded by Thiel, as well as former Google CEO Eric Schmidt, who we know is a CIA buddy.
Yeah, so basically what we know from what he said actually is Narya Capital, probably the Indian something, because JD Vance has an Indian American wife, not Native American, but Indian from India, like Vivek Ramaswamy and guys like that. And Kamala Harris also Indian. So all of these politicians are somehow related to India, and India is anti-China currently. So basically, that's why we have a certain alliance that could possibly be set by the so-called Trump administration and possibly Indian politicians in confronting China in step in China, and Democrats are tightly related to China, and so basically we have a open competition here between China and India on the American political stage, where India is putting their agents, doing a pretty nice job, because one vice president and possibly a guy who's going to be in the cabinet, Vivek Ramaswamy, and another vice president of Trump, possibly J.D. Vance, who has an Indian wife, right? So that's more than enough Indians for one story. But anyway, and Indian film RRR, Revolution Roars something. Also, we have a Revolution's Rise of the Rest. So basically, I see Indian influence over here pretty much, with this Peter Thiel thing. So basically, J.D. Vance wasn't picked just like that at the Yale Law School. So definitely he wasn't picked by this open homosexual Thiel, who was a PayPal founder along with Elon Musk. When Elon Musk is a buddy, uh, currently buddy of Tucker Carlson and Trump. So he's donating money. I don't know, one of the richest persons in the world. And here we go with Jeff Bezos here, and Walton family of Walmart, which also not that poor at all. And so I would say Eric Schmidt is a cherry on this bucket of ice cream. So let's hear what they're gonna say next.
And was very much involved in the lockdown. Okay, so it gets worse. Gets worse. Both Schmidt and Thiel are key members of the steering committee of the controversial closed-door and overtly globalist Bilderberg Conference. Newsweek once called Schmidt and Thiel the two most influential figures at Bilderberg. Thiel has donated heavily to Vance's political career, giving $15 million to Vance's successful Senate bid in 2022 election cycle, in what was then the largest donation ever given to one Senate candidate. Thiel also joined Vance, a former never Trumper, on a visit to Trump's Mar-a-Lago, where Vance successfully won the former president's blessing. Thiel also connected Vance to
And won election as a senator.
Other members of the so-called PayPal mafia, like David Sachs, who donated $1 million to Vance and hosted a fundraiser for him. Sachs, along with PayPal co-founder Elon Musk, were allegedly a key factor in Trump's selection of Vance as vice president, as they ran a secret lobbying campaign for Vance that also included media presenter Tucker Carlson.
So basically, it's all the same people that been supporting Trump the first time, because Peter Thiel was paying in that campaign in 2016, and so he got influence and put his people to be lobbying his contracts with ministry and the Pentagon and so on. So basically, they came back again and started funding Trump.
After leaving PayPal, Thiel would follow a similar path in creating another company, Palantir. Now, we've talked about Palantir here on this show. We showed you how they're doing what the CIA can't do legally, so they do it privately, and they are bragging about being able to surveil, stop social right-wing movements, things like that. Palantir is the engine. Oh, by the way, we showed him just most recently at our live show. Al Karp, the head of Palantir, said that it was really important to stop these student protests about Gaza, because if they win the intellectual battle over it, we'll never be able to send U.S. military out anywhere again.
So you can probably hear the ears of Israel sticking out of all these businesses also.
And so that was who this is. So Palantir, Thiel founded.
And why do they need Israel, by the way? Why do Americans need Israel that much in that scheme of earning money? Because they send aid to Israel, this free money that is sent just like this from the American budget. The same with Ukraine. So basically, Ukraine is Biden's game. Biden started all of this stuff when he was in Obama's administration. He was the one who was meeting Poroshenko and calling Poroshenko, as he said, more than his wife. And so I would believe him because, this Hunter Biden case, all this stuff. So all this, just, the money. Biden, by the way, withdrew troop from Afghanistan, leaving all this, tons of equipment and billions of dollars in weaponry and techniques, in machinery and so on. And all this stuff with Ukraine, as I've been saying back then in the days, and saying I think that the same is going to happen in Kiev when Americans just leave Ukraine and leave it, and people's just gonna try to evacuate themselves, whatever it takes, leaving all behind. So basically, that's my thinking of what can happen with this stuff. So basically, if the game of Biden is over, then he has only like 3 months to evacuate his assets, his things that is important for his security, his and his son, because definitely Trump can provoke and create a situation when he is paying Biden back, because the script is a script. If some person was trolling the other person, then in the end of the movie, that person who was trolled unfair, who was bullied, who was blamed for everything, supposed to pay back in some way. So now we see Biden dropping out, and Trump is kind of paying him back with all these comments, trolling, and so on. I mean, this is how the script works.
Palantir's, that guy Alex Carr, is the engine on which the surveillance state runs. And soon after Vance was announced as Trump's vice president, it was reported that Palantir co-founder Joe Lonsdale, as well as Palantir itself, were backing a Trump-Vance super PAC called America PAC. So there they are.
So basically, all these guys know each other, and they work with this new movement, the Trump MAGA thing, which they Trump MAGA, as you know, is always 33, 30, 38, double 33 combination here. We know what we know. Okay. And so interesting thing here around minute 38. Let's just jump in.
Not future, it's here now, and they have
it
these
happened decades ago.
And so the
Yeah.
person in charge of this right now, or the person pushing it in the private sector, would be Peter Thiel, and Peter Thiel is now responsible for JD Vance's funding and getting JD Vance connected with Donald Trump, and for funding, being a big funder of Donald Trump and JD Vance's campaign right now. And so that's why this is all important.
Yeah, it's also important because Palantir is really a CIA front company.
Right.
So when they created it and picked John Poindexter's brain about how to turn total information awareness into a private company, their first funder was the CIA's NQTEL, and the CIA was their only client until 2008. And between 2005 and 2009, the top engineers at Palantir, according to them, made over 200 visits to CIA headquarters for them to develop their product.
And tell people who now this idea. So we've already revealed and discovered at this show through Chuck Schumer telling Rachel Maddow that Trump is being dumb to criticize the intelligence community, meaning the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI, because they have 6 ways to Sunday to get back at you. And one of those ways was tapping his phone. Another way was doing Russiagate. So the 6 ways. Those are the final way was this assassination attempt. Now, tell people that this. So my question has been since then, what he revealed is that the CIA, the FBI, NSA, they don't work for the president. That the president actually works for them. So who do they work for? And I think do they work for Wall Street?
Well, the CIA, when it was created, was all Wall Street lawyers and bankers, and former CIA deputy directors have said that.
So again, very interesting.
and of the U.S. oligarchy for some time.
Is that the CIA, the FBI, NSA, they don't work for the president, that the president actually works for them. So who do they work for? And I think do they work for Wall Street?
Well, the CIA, when it was created, was all Wall Street lawyers and bankers, and former CIA deputy directors have said that. And, I've maintained for a while that the CIA essentially has functioned as the secret police of Wall Street and of the U.S. oligarchy for some time. That's why their coups, especially if you look at the earlier ones, like in Guatemala, for example, or in Iran, were for multinational corporations headquartered in the U.S. or with a lot of, American interests.
So basically, this is the stuff that we all know. The government is corrupt, and she has direct blows at the history of CIA, tying it up to Wall Street. We have this vice president case, J.D. Vance, Trump, who didn't keep his promises. A couple of times during the show, they discussed that. And so Trump is being affected by these deep state figures. One side of it is law enforcement and CIA, and the other side is this IT, which is tightly connected to CIA. So basically, this is all the same company, different branches of it, different departments, but the same owner.
That would be like Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
Sure.
Right?
He means the book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, when they discuss how and why they do coups in different Orange Revolution in different countries. It's like a joke. Why doesn't have America? Why America can't possibly have an Orange Revolution? The answer is simple: because America doesn't have a U.S. embassy in it. So you guys only can have civil wars.
And some of my recent reports, too, discuss a lot about PayPal, which Peter Thiel also co-founded, and how they're basically, very intelligence connected, along with eBay. The eBay founder, Pierre Omidyar, now owns PayPal, and how a lot of people involved in that particular network are involved in a lot of efforts of related to banking that the CIA was actually pushing a few decades ago.
And also digital agenda. Main core, the database, and so on. This is all the same guys, the same people, and they've been dragging you into this digital system of control, system of social rates, and so on, system of a database where contain information on those who believe to be threats to national security, and basically those who watch such channels, for example, and putting likes there and commenting stuff with some ideas of them. And so basically they looking into your head, de-anonymizing you, and collecting data on you just in case you be really a threat, and so on.
For people that are interested in looking at, you can go to Unlimited Hangout and look at some of our more recent reports, not necessarily this one about JD Vance, though.
So like Elon Musk was one of the PayPal guys at the beginning, but now Elon Musk, again, he's a mixed bag, right? So he is a big defense contractor, and he does
intelligence contractor,
I believe also NASA contractor,
the intelligence agency spy satellite network. Yes.
And he bends the knee to Israel, but at the same time, Twitter is the only social media outlet that allows me to say most of the things I want to say, right? So it is light years ahead of Facebook and Instagram. And
don't be bragging. They allow you to say that just to keep a record of your subscribers, of what they are commenting, and so on. So to identify these people, as I've been saying, it's easier to lead than to prevent. So that's why they make this activity in professional areas to collect data on different layers of population. And these platforms only help them to open up the doors for the brains of the people and to know what they really know, what they really like, what they wish to do, and so on, where they going, who are they friends with, and so on.
And TikTok's which already kicked me off. So there, let's so that gives me hope, right? So again, these guys are all motivated by money, obviously, like most people, and so but there's this like glimmer of light that comes out of Elon Musk, which manifests itself in Twitter and his dedication to a certain amount of free speech, which is way more than anywhere else.
But that's only attraction. It's a free cheese for the mice, which is gonna be slaughtered by the trap. So basically, what is also important, they mark the January 6th case, because these Palantir guys were also collecting data on the on the participants of that 6th of January case. So January 6th, a Theater 3 event. And so basically, Trump got himself a guy who's been sponsored by the guy who is behind the company, who is been collecting data and helping FBI to find out who exactly was at the January 6th event. Not only these meetings on Gaza, recent meetings in colleges and so on. So basically, I don't know. As a joke, Jimmy Dore also presented during the show, saying that Trump promised to drain the swamp, but when he drained the swamp, he found his cabinet on the bottom of the swamp, and so they also discussed this. Just, I'm not saying that this is all true, but if we actually take it serious, all that these people say, not considering that she looks like a freak that is hiding somewhere in the forest, not washing her hair, and so on, dressing like crap, although she's probably a millionaire, knowing all the information she knows, and not considering that both of them are not 33s in their name, but they have it all around them. If we don't take it serious, we can't analyze the script in the future. So now we know that basically we should not expect anything, anticipate anything from Trump's future behavior if he is actually chosen and elected and comes to office in January. But something might happen in the middle, because as we know, somebody's supposed to substitute Biden, and in my point of opinion, it's going to be somebody like Michael, and I think Kamala Harris can only participate in this just to lose the election or give away the election. But these people like Obama's, Clintons, they're taking it also serious, because a script is a script and they're supposed to play what they play. Okay. So next, just to make a little pause, I found this channel being suggested to me, as the author of the channel is supposed to be fighting for feminism, anti-feminism, and she's like telling these femmes and all this information is interesting actually for these people. Like, she has 20 million, 15 million, 13 million, 12 million, and so on videos here. So basically, you don't get this for free. So you're supposed to be a part of the club. So she has this account here, as you can see, Pearly Things. Let's see if we... Her name is Pearl. So Pearly Things, as we can see, is nothing. But if we exclude the name, we get 39 here. You bet that is just a coincidence, but if we go to Instagram, it's called Just Pearly Things 1. So again, Just Pearly Things looks like it's nothing, right? But if we take away Just Pearly is 39 here, and Things 1 is 33. So basically, you can't get a YouTube spotlight and get this much views if you are not a part of the club. Her name is Pearl Davis. Let's check it. Pearl Davis, and she's 44. Another example of 33-44 combination. Okay, and she's signing herself as YouTuber, as you know. YouTuber is 33. Okay, let's go to, so not every alternative blogger is a 33, of course, but those who get the spotlight most definitely needs to be checked. Okay, another video on Jimmy Dore show. I don't know, it's basically he has this letter of Biden here that he reads, and he is surprised that Biden actually endorsing Kamala Harris and not writing it in a letter, but just take a look at this.
Her all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and the trust. He doesn't say I am endorsing her, so I don't know where they got that from. Can you? I don't. So they're endorsing her.
So basically, he's reading a statement from President Clinton, Secretary Clinton, which we are honored to join the President in endorsing Vice President Harris, and will do whatever we can do to support her. But nothing is said in the letter, and somebody helps him in the studio saying, no, Biden has a tweet where he endorses Harris. Why didn't he do it in the letter, basically? I think because they probably said the letter the way Biden would agree, but I bet Biden doesn't write his tweets. So some deputy of his, I don't know who, maybe Jill herself, sold that endorsement. And Clinton and Secretary Clinton, President Clinton, Secretary Clinton also joined here, but Barack Obama didn't. As you can see,
of our party will be able to create a process. Gonna have to suck it. So there's the irony. Barack Obama does not endorse her either. We will be navigating uncharted waters in the days ahead, but I have extraordinary confidence that the leaders of our party will be able to create a process from which, so there's going to be no vote. You don't get to vote on this.
So basically, Democratic Party won't have any vote because it's only the choice of this, electoral committee, and so no primaries, nothing. So it's just fun. Democrats with no elections.
The leaders of their party are going to choose. Well, technically, they're going to say the delegates do. From which an outstanding nominee emerges. I believe that Joe Biden's. So they're going to select.
And basically, it could be anyone, not only Kamala Harris. It could be Michael Obama, for example.
Party insider elites are going to select a candidate. And that's why they had a closed primary. That's why they didn't have debates. That's why they had to force RFK out of the primary, because he would be next in line right now. So here
we go.
What?
And she shows the tweet of Biden.
My fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and to focus all my energies on my duties as president. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala, and it's been the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement. Oh, he does.
So basically, it could be written by anyone. And some even think that Biden is currently locked up from all this. He is, maybe he's in a bed or something, and everything is written by somebody else. So basically, this is a soft part of democratic coup, like we had with Yeltsin, when Yeltsin said, "I'm tired, I'm leaving," and left Putin. And that could be like Biden, "I'm tired, I'm leaving," and left Kamala Harris. Okay. And also this funny moment here in this video.
Not into Bobby Kennedy. They're not into clearing out corruption in government. They're not into getting corporate money out of government. They're not for any of that. They're not for stopping the Ukraine war. I remember the last time Kamala ran, Tulsi crushed her. Remember this?
Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
So basically, there was also Simpson prediction. Take a look.
Yes, you were. Now, in conclusion, my administration will focus on the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and refilling the ocean. Thank you very much. As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Well, remember when the last administration decided to invest in our nation's children?
So basically, yes, she wears the same type of clothes, but that was like her getting in power as a vice president with Biden administration after Trump. So probably what Simpsons meant in this video, so that she was actually governing the United States, not Biden, and that's probably what's the idea. I don't think she's gonna win Trump. At least for now, I don't see anything that could be back in this. I think they're just gonna get rid of her as Biden very much soon. Okay. So who's gonna be the next Democratic candidate? I think this Hannity video shows us that what this guy is actually saying here.
Let's get your take on all these events. The people that seem that you have the Obamas. We know that Barack gave the wink and the nod to George Clooney to write that New York Times op-ed. We know he's been working hard behind the scenes. We know that he gave the okay to Schumer and Pelosi to do the things that they've been doing. And then all of those same voices are silent tonight. Now, the Congressional Black Caucus, very prominent voices within the Democratic Party, James Clyburn, others, they're supporting Kamala Harris. But they're the same group of people that didn't win out in this battle for Joe Biden to stay in. So who's going to win the next battle?
So look, I say this as somebody who a year ago predicted Joe was not going to be the nominee. I'm going to predict that Kamala Harris is not going to be the nominee either. And the reason is if they get one shot, they're going to take their absolute best shot that they can.
Who is it?
That's clearly not Kamala
Who's
Harris. Well, look, I think there's a lot of open possibilities. I would not write off the possibility that it ends up being Michelle Obama. She checks off the same identity politic boxes, and it's going to be somebody who's maybe above the fray that doesn't create the same kind of infighting that could debilitate their party.
So Barack,
the reality, Sean,
Barack is literally leading the charge, trying to keep keeping plausible deniability, and then his own wife takes over. What do you call that?
I think I think you call it realism. Sean, the reality is they're going to take their best shot. They waited till after the RNC convention. That timing is optimal for them because it gets closer and closer to the eventual election. They're going to drag this out, I predict, through the Democratic nomination convention at the DNC in late August. I think Michelle Obama is not off the table. But you know what our message is? And I know President Trump would agree with this as well.
So basically, he is the guy who is Indian. As Indians are related to this mafia, IT mafia, they know everything's going to happen because the same partners that own Clintons, that own Obamas, this is just the same people, just a different branch of them. So if he is truly aware, because he is a multi-billionaire and he is in contact with all these people like Peter Thiel and so on, whatever, J.D. Vance, Trump, and he is 33 himself, as you know, if you watch my video. And why not? Maybe he was actually saying that in March, in April, in May. But as long as they didn't find that exact clear message from him that it was like Biden quitting and Michelle Obama is going. I was talking about Michelle Obama way back in the days and saying like in 2016 when Trump won, I was saying that next president's gonna be Michelle Obama, Michael Obama, right? So because I see how they write the script, I already understood their logic, and currently I'm not surprised that Obama's bringing their member of their family, Michael Obama, to be the next nominee. So, and that's a win-win situation for everybody, for Clintons, for Bidens, for whoever. Everybody's gonna be happy because they probably gonna win. And these people, this branch, they trying to play this card just to gain their points for the future, like maybe next time. Because if Obama's gonna screw up everything totally, these guys can come next election and be a lot harder to play with, and so that guy could be actually the next nominee if this Trump Vance tandem is gonna be dismantled by Obama. Okay, so that's my take on this for now. We're gonna keep on researching this topic more and more. I have so many tabs open, so probably next video is going to be coming up soon. Still, a big line of information is waiting. So see you guys later. Bye.